Hey everyone, and thanks for joining another episode of Special Edition DIB Innovators here from Salt Lake City, 47G's Zero Gravity Summit. Right, I'm happy today. I've got Trevor Scott, Senior Procurement Manager from HHI Corporation. Thanks for joining, Trevor.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
So first of all, tell me what HHI does.
So HHI has two different divisions. One of the divisions is a construction division, which we do federal contracts or construction for the Department of Defense. We have our main campus is here in Utah. We have an office in Colorado, Arizona, California. And then we also have a manufacturing division, which I work for, which we build fall protection or maintenance stands so maintainers can safely get to maintaining the aircraft, do it in an efficient manner, do it in a safe manner. And it really helps with cost savings and safety, keeps the guys happy, and we enjoy it.
What is a Senior Procurement Manager?
So Senior Procurement Manager at HHI, I'm in charge of getting the work for the manufacturing side, finding the projects, facilitating the estimates, winning the work, and then I also help until we release drawings to the shop. And that's kind of where my line stops, and the production manager and the PM start to take over.
All right, let's give me an example. You've got a customer, you're working. How do you find your customers, and then how do you get to that point? Talk me through a sample case study.
So we luckily have been doing this long enough that sometimes we'll just receive an email saying the military needs a maintenance stand for, say, a C-130. But we also go to a lot of shows, trade shows like this. We do a lot of, we call them site visits to base, to meet people, find out what their needs are and try to facilitate their needs. A lot of where our businesses came from is someone has a problem, we help them find an innovative solution that doesn't cost them an arm and a leg, but also gets them what they need. Our whole goal is if we provide them a stand, we want them to use it. They put it in the corner, we want to know, we want to make it right and get them to where they want to use it.
That's good. So most of your customers is the government?
Yes.
100%?
Almost all. We're trying to venture a little bit out into the private sector. And really, a lot of our business outside of the government is tier one suppliers, so like Lockheed, Boeing, those type of companies.
How are you seeing AI infuse into what you're doing? I'm sure it's a big buzzword around here.
Yeah. So in my department specifically, with the government contracts, a lot of the proposals are long and they're very thick.
They don't enjoy that?
No, they're intensive. And with the limited staff, because we're a smaller company on the manufacturing side, using AI to help us fine tune the proposals has been helpful. We obviously still write the base content, and then we'll use AI to kind of clean it up and help us make sure we're getting all the requirements that are.
Are you finding the government's pushing back, like the program offices or whoever's asking for that they don't want you to use that, or are they okay with it?
I haven't had any experience with that. To be honest with you, most of the time my experience is you give them 50 pages and they read 3. They want all 50, but they don't read all of it.
Understood. How about from the way, because you're putting together drawings, are you using AI at all in that, or thinking about the solutions they want, an innovative way to offer the same solution, doing something different?
So we are looking into it on the drawing side. Our detailing firm is really young, so we're trying to get them their base knowledge in the standard software. And then, yes, we will venture out into AI. We do not as much AI, but we'll do a lot of like Visual Basics coding to help get rid of the data input that our designers have to do.
Yeah, very cool. So you're out at Hill is where you personally are?
I will work on Hill sometimes, but my base office is in North Ogden in Harrisville.
Okay, perfect. And how did you get yourself into this role? What's your background?
So my original career started in the structural steel fabrication. My family owns a structural steel firm. And about 5 years ago, I decided I wanted to go back and get my education. And I got my education as a civil engineer. And when I graduated, I decided I wanted to go out and branch out on my own And
So when are you going to go home and take over the company?
yeah, no, I'm not interested in structural steel is fun, but it's a very competitive field. And I've done it long enough that this challenges me in different ways and kind of where I want to stay.
How did your experience there help you with the current job?
My experience there was I always was led by people that were maybe a little bit of over management, micromanagement. What it taught me is I don't want to be that type of manager. And what it also taught me is it gets capped out, right? If you're a micromanager, you only can manage to the point where you can control it. And what I've found through my management time and my management experience is that if I earn the respect, we hold people accountable. They hold me accountable. I can step away for 3 weeks and they still run because they run out of respect. They don't run out of fear. They don't run out of me telling them to do it. They run because they care about it and they care to get the job done.
Yeah, that's great. So you get how much of the material or your product do you outsource or take care of in-source wise?
So we try to take care of almost everything in-house, but some of the technology and some of the advancements in like CNC equipment we'll sub out because it's just not our specialty. And we can get it done a lot cheaper outsourced than in-house. We will in-house some of our detailing also, or outsource some of our.
Have you guys thought of getting into CNC?
Yes. It's what a path we're going down right now. We are definitely heading in that direction. I think we have to be honest.
Yeah. From you've seen it, what advantages do you have over like a large prime contractor?
I think, to be honest with you, is that it seems weird, but that small town feel, we care. We're a small enough team that we can put our heads together and give some creative solutions. And a large contractor can do that also. But I think customers like to work with a small group that has a little more control. They're a little bit more readily available, and we're willing to go the extra miles.
And who all in the government do you work with? Like, who are your primary
So
customers?
anywhere from Department of Health, Navy, Army, military, anyone in the Department of Defense, really, Homeland Security. We've even done some jobs for like state parks and rec type companies.
What's the biggest misconception you think of defense manufacture?
So I don't know about everyone else, but when I got into it, I thought it would be a lot easier. I think the quick sell is if you're getting into the Department of Defense and you want it to happen quick, you're in the wrong business. Found that out in a hurry.
So you're saying their procurement pathway to success is not efficient.
Yes, and it's very long. One of the hardest things we've found is we know the right person, say at Hill Air Force Base, to contact, and in 2 years he's no longer the right person. You have to start over, and there isn't a transition period where they introduce you to the new person, right? You have to be in the know, or else you're back off.
So how do you maintain those relationships?
Shows like this, doing the we call them site tours, where we go to base, we know the people, we try to stay in with the people, and sometimes, to be honest, it's cold calling, trying to find the people that are making the decisions.
What do you like about 47G specifically?
I think the thing I like the most about 47G is the buzz around it. I think since 47G started coming around, we have a lot more buzz around manufacturing. One of the things that I would like to do better is, I know some of the people here, and I know a lot of these companies have needs that maybe we could fulfill, but if I don't know them, they don't know me. How do they know I can meet their needs, and how do I know they have a need?
Right.
That's where I see the struggle.
And are you using this conference to help that?
Yeah, absolutely. And these things do help that for sure.
Yeah, that's very cool. So if someone wants to get into, roles like yours, how would you recommend, a young kid coming out of tech school or college that can pursue this?
I think the best advice I could give them is do all the jobs. There isn't a job that should be beneath you. I think some of my biggest lessons came from the jobs that maybe were hard and difficult. I didn't want to do them. They're manually intensive, but I learned how to work hard. I learned how things go together. I learned what the processes were to get the job done. I think sometimes when we go to college or we're starting out, maybe especially as an engineer, we want to shy away from those things because maybe we feel like we've earned the right not to do them. But I think there's a lot of lessons in them, and a lot of the job know-how and a lot of the things you need to know are learned in those positions.
Give me an example of something that was painful. You thought you were above it, but you pulled some great lessons from it.
So one of my first careers was as a welder. I welded flux core and TIG welded for years, and it was hard. It was very manually intensive work. But now when I'm estimating jobs, I know how to read weld symbols. I know what the gotchas are when I'm bidding welding work, which if I didn't have that and I didn't have the know-how to do advanced blueprint reading, there's some things inside those drawings, some things inside those weld symbols that could cost you a lot of money if you don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah, so just true domain knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what's the exciting things coming out for HHI in the next 3 to 5 years?
I think the most exciting thing about HHI, especially on the manufacturing side, is the growth. We're going through a learning curve, which could also be painful. But I think when you're going through that growing period, the world's your oyster. You can create it how you want, and you can grow in the way you want and grow in ways that you can be successful.
Well, that's very cool. All right. Well, I appreciate your time. It was a pleasure getting to know you.
You too.
Best of luck at HHI. It sounds exciting time.
Yep. Thank you.
Fair.
Thank you.